Good day and welcome to a new update on my channel here for the Nasdaq 100. Yes, everything worked as planned. That's why I did not make an update in between here. I think the last update was here where I said that we're going to get a bounce from the 61.8 retracement to the upside. That happened quite nicely. And now we are turning, or we are getting in a territory where we should get some decision. And that's the point I'm making this update right now. I'm on the daily chart here on the Nasdaq 100. And if the bulls, and that's very important now, if the bulls can touch the 88.2 at 21,952, sooner or later we're going to take that highs here to the upside. Okay. It normally when the 88.2 is touched here, we expect another retracement to the downside and then turn higher. And sooner or later we're going to take these highs. So which are the all-time highs at around 22,675. At the moment, we did not reach my target. Okay, the target for this being the C wave here is at 21,753.25. And from here, we should turn lower in the primary scenario still, which is on the chart here, where I do expect that we are still in the fourth wave of intermediate degree correction here, which are labeled here in yellow. That would consist of an ABC structure. And the question is now, how high can the bulls drive the market? Okay, so whenever the 88.2 is touched, we should come higher. Okay, it's not quite at the moment clear that this is forming as an impulse because we have to, or how I can count it as an impulse would be a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then launch from here. Okay, so that's at the moment the question if the bulls can turn up here in this area between 20,624 and 20,399, that is at the moment questionable because also this target will move with the price. Okay, so if we go extend higher, maybe to the 1.382 extension compared to wave A here at 21,753, we should see if the bulls can hold this area and launch from here. Okay, so it would be a multi 1-2 setup, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then launch from here. Otherwise, I cannot count that as well as a clear impulse. So that whole ABC pattern here is also questionable. It could be labeled as a WXY to the upside in the B wave here, followed by a C wave to the downside. I have also brought a possibility on the chart if the 88.2 is touched and we possibly take these highs. It could be also an irregular B wave to the upside, okay? With another low, maybe a running flat and then launch from here. So I just want to make you aware here not to get caught possibly in a possible down drag here, because I still think that my primary scenario is that we are still in this wave for correction, okay? I mean, I could be proven wrong here or could be proven different, but then we still have the possibility of an overshooting B wave to the upside. We have to really see if the bulls can turn up higher here and touch the 88.2 here. That would increase a little bit of a correction and then move higher, because normally the market, when the 88.2 is touched, we should not launch directly through it, okay? So we should get a retracement here and then move higher if this is an 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 setup, okay? So we really have to watch this, and also the irregular B wave scenario, which would be on top here, and then still a C wave to come. That could look like an ABC structure to the downside as a running flat, or we get our C wave down into this area, okay? It's quite not really to see if this is a WXY to the upside or it forms into something different, a little bit of a wider correction or more complex correction. That I cannot tell you right now, but the only thing I want to make you aware is right now that we should really be in caution here to the upside, okay? And that was also what I was talking about the last times in my update, that possibly we are still in this correction, and the target for this is the 38.2 retracement at 15,209 to 12,088 at 12,886 at the 0.5 retracement level. We have to see, okay? We really have to see. But now we are in a time, and that's why I make this update, where we are close to my target area. And yeah, we have to see how this is developing, honestly. My primary scenario is still that we come down in an impulse in the C off 4 and then launch to new all-time highs from here. And the other scenarios are right on the chart, which I talked about Yeah, either we're going to take the 88.2 here, which is an indication for higher, but first a retracement. And yeah, a direct shoot to the upside would indicate possibly this B wave correction. But as I said again, and that's very important, if the bulls can hold this level here between 20,707 and 20,462, it could be counted as a multi 1-2 setup. Okay, so these are the scenarios right now I'm watching. As I said before, my primary scenario is still one more downside move in the C of 4. There's a scenario that goes directly higher, possible overshooting irregular B wave here, or multi 1-2 setup. Okay, so that's at the moment the plan. And that pullback scenario, that pullback area here is very, very important, because if the area holds, then I would switch the count and say it's a multi 1-2 setup to the upside. Okay, and the next move should be higher. But again, also what I can bring up here on the chart, possibly, let me see. Yeah, okay, so right now we are a little bit above on the daily chart, above the value area high, which is located here at 20,365, possibly retesting it right now, and then we have one more high to the 1.382 extension level compared to wave A. That is a typical target for a C wave or a Y wave to the upside, and from here I do expect another sell-off. If we hold this area very clearly, more upside continuation is possible, and then, as I said, I would switch the count to this multi 1-2 setup. But as we are not close up here, also, I mean, we are very close, don't get me wrong, but as soon as we're not touching the 88.2 here, the pressure to the downside remains strong, okay? It remains very strong right now. And that we really have to investigate in the next days. So the 1.382 at 21,783, 751 is a very crucial level here we have to watch. If the 88.2 is touched, I would look for a little retracement, then move higher. Okay, so that's it for now. I wish everybody a nice trading week and trading day. And if you like the update, feel free to leave a thumbs up or leave a comment. And if you have questions to the update, feel free to reach out to me. Have a good day. Bye bye. Ciao.